Welcome back to Warframe, where I need to not be an idiot. Oh. It was making this sound, but okay, weird. Yeah. Where I'm going to do a kind of a part 2 of my tennogen with prime accessories. Not really a series, but I want to show some more of them off. Not really to say, hey, look how awesome I am at coloring these, but more to kind of give you an idea of what you will be buying if you want to buy a tennogen skin and want to know how well it works with prime accessories. So this is just basic Vault Prime, and Vault Prime has that weird thing where not everything of him is just part of the accessories. Just these arm bits, they are, well, they are attachments. So let's switch back to that. And then I have one tennogen skin for Vault Prime because, well, I only really need one, and you can't use multiple, or, well, no, that's not what I want to say. You can only look at how they will look with prime accessories if you have the thing equipped, if you have bought them. Only then can you switch them on and off. So I have the full Gerson skin, which is this infected looking thing, which is just really cool. So how well does it translate to with prime parts? Pretty good, mostly. I mean, generally you need to change the color scheme on these things because the color schemes don't really work, but the nice kind of thing with Vault Prime is that the changes are very minimal. Just some small bits added on. And with the attachments of Vault Prime, you get this, which, oh yeah, he does have the back thing, which does make quite a bit of difference. Which goes from the really infested looking thingy to more a really made thing. So yeah, it looks pretty good, and if you have a good color scheme on it, it really works. Because then you get something like this. Now I took off the arm bits for these nice flippery wingy thingies, but you definitely get the idea. And yeah, if I toggle them on and off here, you will notice just very small differences, but small differences that are nice, I think. So yeah, Vault Prime, at least this one works very well. Although with this color scheme I might want to actually not have them on and change the attachments to just the Vault thingies. Because this, don't know. Not sure. On this one I think I would kind of like to just turn them off completely. But yeah, let's go to the next one, because I have plenty to show this time around, because last time I only showed off Zephyr with the not Zephyr Prime, with the Skyron skin, which ends up with you looking something like this. Valkyr, which really doesn't work because the prime parts really overwhelm any skin. And I think I kind of showed off Nyx, but might not have, might do that again. But yeah, let's actually start comparing with some other stuff. Excalibur Umbra. Now, I actually haven't bought a prime skin. I haven't bought any tennogen for this one. But there are some other things which do also work. Because, well, things like the immortal skins that they have, immortal skins do also get the prime accessories. You don't have an option to turn them off, but you have them with them. But Excalibur Umbra also has the Dex stuff. Of course, the Dex is slightly less interesting because you get it for free if you log in at around the right time, so it's not really informing your purchase, but just kind of something to show off. And yeah, you also don't get to toggle them on and off, but yeah, then you get something like this. You keep the cloaky bits. And with a bit of a color scheme, you get something more like this, because this is the Dex skin, it's just the Excalibur Umbra helmet. Because the Dex skin does add a lot more detail to the skin itself, making it a lot more interesting if you're going with a slightly lighter theme. Let's have a look which one was the next one. It was Mesa Prime. Now, Mesa Prime is pretty bloody dope. And the skin I have for her is the... oh god, where do I have it? I had this video kind of prepared, but I'm not very good at that. What I have is the Mesa Devil Ranger skin, which does look very cool. And this one I think does work pretty well with the prime details. Because compared to the normal skin, the Devil Ranger keeps these kind of bullet thingies, I don't know. But yeah, they stick around, which I think does work very well. And if you add a bit of a color scheme to it, this is basically me making all the colors slightly bolder than they were, because I think that always looks good. You get something like this. Which I think works really well. Then you can also use other parts. The Mesa Falcon helmet does look... I mean, it just looks good with everything. Sadly, doesn't mesh well with the... doesn't mesh well with the Prime helmet, but relatively well with the Prime Montesa helmet. Oh, an interesting thing about the Montesa helmet, it does work pretty well with the Presido skin. Sadly, the Presido skin can't combine with the Prime, because it basically also is a version of Prime. It also has its own Prime details, except they aren't called Prime details. But yeah, this one does work, I think, pretty well. I mean, the biggest con probably is that you lose her butt. but to some that might be more of a pro. And this might be a form of Mesa I might be running, because this looks pretty dope. I didn't like the helmet originally, but with the right skin it really works. Next one, Mirage Prime. And I'm in Captura, I probably have control over the weather. Let's have a look. I mean, I can make it midnight, but there we go, no more rain. Alright, for Mesa Prime I don't have a tennogen skin, but I do have the Immortal skin, which works kind of. I mean, I think it works better than it works on regular Mesa, but well, Mesa just has some very goofy skins. Which is kind of the nice thing about Mesa, about the Prime skin, it's slightly less goofy. But yeah, do with this what you want. I don't know if you like this. I personally don't really, but then again, just it's more that I don't like the skin itself, and I do like how it interacts with Mesa Prime. The next one was Hydroid Prime. Kind of same deal. I don't have a tennogen skin, but I do have the Immortal skin. And like all Immortal skins, they basically just change up the texture a little bit. It gives you a different color scheme, or different places where the colors will be displayed, which on Hydroid I do think work really well, because this is the regular skin, while the Immortal skin just... I mean, if I colored it differently it would also just look differently, of course, but it seems to... I like the mixing more. And I think those were the ones I had. Let's not scream Yep, those were the ones I had. Though I don't think I actually really showed off my personal, I kind of think personal favorite, which is, well, at least for a long time, it was the Nyx Prime with the Immortal skin. But this one has... they changed some things about it, mainly that you could color the gold, because previously you couldn't, which made it look slightly better. But yeah, I hope this has been kind of helpful if you wanted to know how these look. And yeah, that's just kind of the video. Please say to other YouTubers that you want them to do this as well, so you can know how other tennogen skins look, because other people tend to buy a lot more of them. Because I generally don't tend to do that a lot. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. This has been Nix, and I'll probably be playing with Volt some more, which I haven't done in a long time. And I have this fun Volt setup where I basically get a fuck ton of shields when I do this. It's a fun build. So yeah, third time's the charm, I guess. This has been Nix, saying farewell.